Okay, so we've been talking about the meditation on death and how it's used to help us activate our life and live our life in a very vivacious way. Because when we realize that we're mortal, then it makes us look closer at what we do in our life and why. And so we've been talking about at the time of death what's important, and that when we die, our possessions stay here, our friends and relatives stay here, our body stays here, and we go on to the next life with the karmic seeds, the seeds of the actions that we've done, and that we create all these karmic seeds, usually in relationship to our body and our possessions and our friends and relatives. So the things that we create the karma and relationship to stay here, we can't take them with us. But the karma we create in procuring and protecting them, that comes with us. Okay? So we were talking about before about, with possessions and how we can create a lot of negative karma regarding possessions and being greedy and cheating people to get them. We talked about with our friends and relatives how sometimes we can create negative karma in relationship to them by lying to protect them or speaking harshly to somebody else who criticizes our dear ones, things like that. And so today we're going to talk about our body and how I think you can be well aware of how we create negative karma in relationship to our body. Somebody threatens our body, we get angry, we can kill to protect our body, we steal from other people to get comfortable things that please the body. We can lie again to get things that please our body. So much time spent on vanity, which could be used in practicing the Dharma, but instead we're trying to make our body comfortable, make our body beautiful, da-da-da-da-da. I'm sure you're quite familiar with it. I mean, if you spend some time, it's quite interesting to think of how much time we spend each day taking care of this body, and at the time, and we create so much karma, sometimes being greedy, sometimes being angry, sometimes being confused in relationship to the body. But at the time we die, this body says bye-bye, and it stays here, and all that karma comes with us, And so what this is doing is putting in front of us the question of how do we have a healthy relationship with our body, considering that at the end of the day the body is going to desert us. Yeah, so we need to protect the body because it's the basis for our precious human life and our being able to practice the Dharma. But we don't want this body to become the cause of creating negative karma, because then instead of being the basis for practicing the Dharma, it's the basis for sending us to an unfortunate rebirth. Okay? So the thing is, how to cultivate a good relationship with the body, whereby we keep it healthy, we keep it clean, we keep it operating properly, but we don't get into the thing of worry and anxiety and attachment and anger and so much fret about our body, so much the mind, so much always, how do I look, and do I look good enough, and what do other people think about my body, and then as you get older, that's when you're younger. Then when you're older, my body hurts, and what's going to happen to my body, and that's not so attractive, and who's going to like me, and and then when you're dying, I got to separate from this body, and all it is this pile of meat, but all of a sudden we're so attached to it. Yeah. Although if you look at anybody else's body, it's like, are you going to be attached to that after it dies? No, I don't think so, But so really thinking about, how do I relate to my body in a way so that I can use it to practice the Dharma, but I don't get all whacked out now worrying about it. And I don't use, in reference to the body, create negative karma, okay? So I'm putting that as a question for you to reflect on, not as a question for me to answer. Yeah, because it's our own reflections on this topic that are really important for us, because that's what helps us make some determinations about how we want to relate to our body.